Hello, how are we all getting on? Hope you're all alright. So we're back with another video. Match preview of our up and coming game on Saturday at Fratton Park against Portsmouth. But first of all, just before we get into the main part of the video, I just want to send out a message to John W. Now John's been with us from the very start, was the first subscriber on the channel. His wife isn't too well at the minute, she's currently laid up in hospital. So John, from everybody on the channel, I hope she's feeling better soon. I hope she gets out of hospital fairly quickly, and all the best to you and the family, mate. So, cheers. Now, later on in the video, I'll also be revealing the winner of the LU Soccer Retro Sunderland shirt that we were running last weekend as part of the Burnley competition. It was a three-way tie between Kai 58 Young, Stuart Mack and Gary Hoyle. So you three will be going into a draw later on in the video to see who wins that Sunderland shirt. Now, nobody saw us having the start that we've had. The best league start ever in our history. We had a little blip in the Carabao Cup, of course, but as far as the league's concerned, 3 wins out of 3, no goals conceded, top of the league. Performance is getting better, week on week. A lot to be optimistic about, so a fantastic job that Reggie Labrie has done. But we do face, one of our old foes at the weekend, like I said, at Fratton Park on Saturday. A team that I've tipped to do very well this season in the shape of Portsmouth. After 7 years in League One, they are finally back in the Championship. Managers such as Paul Cook, Kenny Jackett, Danny Cowley all failed to get them promoted. And it was down to John Mousinho in his first managerial role who actually got them over the line. They won League One by 5 points last season over Derby, and he's done a fantastic job. Like I say, they won the league by 5 points. His record overall since he took charge of Portsmouth in January 2023, he's played 80, he's won 41, drew 27, lost 12, scored 121, conceded 79. He got a goal difference of plus 42 and a win percentage of 51%. So, he's done really well since he went there. The average start of the season was 3 solid draws against 3 teams who also are tipped to do well this season. In fact, they've probably had the hardest start that they could ever have imagined. Portsmouth's first 7 games, look like this. Leeds, Luton, Middlesbrough, Sunderland, West Brom, Burnley and Sheffield United. What a start that is. But they drew 3-3 on the opening day against Leeds. Leeds having to score a 95th minute equaliser, to get a point out of that game. They then drew 0-0 at home against 10-man Luton. Couldn't find a goal to win that game. Then drew 2-2 at Middlesbrough last weekend. Middlesbrough needed a last minute penalty to equalise in that game as well. They did lose 1-0 to Millwall in the Carabao Cup, but they are yet to win a game this season. Let's hope that we are not their first victims at the weekend. They currently sit 13th in the league. Like I say, a solid start, 3 draws out of 3. Mid-table, but I think that they will do very well this season, and they've already, even getting draws at Middlesbrough against Luton and Leeds is probably results that they didn't expect, or most fans wouldn't have expected them to get. They have made some signings as well. Now I hope these signings are right, because I've had some right pelters in the last few weeks about opposing sides and the signings they've made, and they've all been a load of bollocks and I've getting them all wrong. So I have got my tin hat ready in case some of these are wrong, but here goes. So they've signed Nicholas Schmidt, Harvey Blair, Elias Sorensen, Jordan Archer, Andre Dazelle, Josh Murphy would be a good signing. They signed Matt Ritchie from the Mags, Jordan Williams, Sammy Silvera from Borough, Jacob Farrell, Abdullahi Kamara and Ruben Swan. So like I've said, I have got my tin hat on in case any of those are wrong. If they're wrong, Portsmouth fans, I'm sure you'll let us know and correct us on them. So like I said, Portsmouth are our old foes. They beat us in the Papa John's final on penalties in 2019. We then beat them in the playoff semi-final later on that year, with Chris Maguire scoring the only goal over 2 legs, a game in which famously saw Luke O'Nien getting punched in the back when he fell in the crowd off Sloth from the Goonies. But like I said, they are our old foes. We've had some great battles with them, down the years. including in League One. Last time I went there, the beat was 4-0, you know, in that waterlogged pitch, so we'll be hoping we have a better result this time. But for Austin, like I've said, what a job Regis Labris has done, far exceeding anything what I saw coming in pre-season. But there were quite a few of you out there told us, you know, to wait and see and wait till the season starts and don't judge on pre-season. And to be fair, you were all bang on, you know, and I hold my hands up and say I was wrong. You've proved to be right. Reggie's so calm, so methodical, and his tactics for every team he plays against have all been bang on. Another Cardiff performance wasn't probably the best, but we came away with a 2-0 win and didn't concede a goal. But the way he studies the opposition, even though we've won all 3 games, his press conferences are so level-headed, and he's even looking at things that we can improve on, which is fantastic to see. Still working on the weaknesses and how we can even get better. And you can see that because the performances have improved week on week. So how do you think how we're going to line up on Saturday? So there is still time for a lot of incomings and outgoings before the transfer deadline window on Friday night, which I'll hit on a little bit later on some rumours that's been banded about on social media. There was some rumours as well of Adji Alicia apparently in a protective boot, injured his foot in training. I hope that's not right, because he started off the season very, very well. And we will miss Dan Neil, of course, who is suspended after his sending off against Burnley. So our lineup could look like this against Portsmouth. So we could have Patterson in goal, Trey Hume right back, Dan Ballard could come back in at centre half if Alicia is injured. Luke O'Nien will captain the side in the absence of Dan Neil. Dennis Certain at left back. Now in the middle, I think we might switch Job to that sitting role where Dan Neil will play, and I think it'll be Alan Brown will come in alongside Chris Rigg, with Patrick Roberts and Romain Mundle on the wings and Eliza Mayenda up front. Now depending on incomings and outgoings, the substitutes could look like this, with Moore, Triantis, Hielder, Wilson Isidore were probably on the bench for his debut, Tommy Watson, Ian Paveda, and then we could have, you know, anybody depending who's still at the club, bar El Shish, Ekwa, but I've got a feeling some of them will leave before Friday's deadline. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. Score predictions then. Well, with us being top of the league, we will now become a bigger scalp, and everybody will want to beat us. Just comes with the territory. Like I said, last time we played there, we got beat 4-0 in that absolutely soaking wet game. It was pissing down, but Portsmouth, you know, dealt better with the conditions, and the beat us 4-0. But I think we're going to go 4 from 4. I really think we can do. I think the way we set the team up, it'll all depend how much we miss Dan Neil, of course. But like I say, I think the way Joe was playing, he can probably fit in there. Alan Brown might fit in there. You know, we've got a number of combinations. If Ekwar's still here, he might fit in there. So we don't know. But I'm going to go for Portsmouth 1, Sunderland 3, and for us to keep the fantastic start of the season going. Now that kind of leads us on to the score predictions competition. Like I said at the start of the video, there were 3 people predicted 1-0 last week, so fantastic and well done to you. So they get 5 points each, and they also get entered into the competition to win the Sunderland shirt. So let's see who wins. So congratulations to Kai58 Young. If you send me your address and contact details to my email of onlyfoolsandSAFC@gmail.com, I'll get that retro top sent out to you in the post ASAP, and well done. The overall leaderboard for the season-long competition looks like this. Stuart Mack is top with 9 points alongside John Ruddock. Both got 9. Kai Young's got 7. David Williams and Freshie on 6. Gary Hoyle's got 5 along with Bill Handley. And then a load of people on 4. Banks and Bell, Chris Carter-Jackson, Elizabeth Hare, John T, Mel Lacey, Paul McVeigh, Rhea Knight, Tim the Minion and Gary Milburn. So get your score predictions in for the Portsmouth game in the comments below. Remember, you must be a subscriber to qualify for this competition for the season long. The new shirt that'll probably be coming out in the end of this season. But get your score predictions in this video. Talking to subscribers, we've smashed it. We have getting the 3,500. So absolutely brilliant. I couldn't be more happy. I'm absolutely buzzing. We're currently on 3,522. So now, naturally, it's on the road to 4,000. So, if you're new or you're a returning viewer and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Costs you absolutely shite all. And we'll start this road to 4,000. But thank you very much for everybody who was subscribed and watches and returns. It's massively appreciated to you all. Now, we know it's transfer deadline day coming up on Friday. So, just some rumours that we've seen on social media and some facts that we know for definite. So, incomings, we've signed Wilson Isidore, we know, on a loan from Zenit St Petersburg with an option to buy at the end. Now, there's some rumours come up yesterday that we've been linked with a few more players. So, we've been linked with a kid called Milan Aleksic, 18-year-old midfielder, Serbian from FC Radnici, 1923. A €3 million price tag has been mentioned for that one. We've also been linked with Salis Abdul Samed, a 24-year-old midfield Ghanaian international from RC Lens on a loan deal. Now, apparently this lad's really, really good. He's a bit of a defensive midfielder. He's been capped something like 20 or 30 times for Ghana, so he's a decent player. We're also still being linked with Alexander Mendy. That situation is an absolute farce. We're not from Khan. We know what's happened there with the Mbappe has taken over. They've upped the price. We've then gone back and offered some more money, but he's desperate to leave there and desperate to come to Sunderland. Will it be tied up by Friday or will he be left in limbo? We'll have to wait and see. Also, have been linked with Rocco Simic from Red Bull Salzburg, 20-year-old forward, and also we've apparently bid £5 million for Tom Cannon from Leicester, 21-year-old. But there's also bids from Luton, Hull and Sheffield United, so we've got competition there. And we've been linked with Tom Cannon in the past. I think it was before he went to Leicester. We tried to sign him then, didn't we? So we've got a few irons in the fire. I don't think we'll sign all three of Mendy, Simic and Cannon. I would definitely probably bank on two. And if I had to probably bet, I'd probably say Mendy and Simic of the two that will probably come in. Although Simic has got interest from other stronger competition from other big sides as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But the other names that we've been linked with to come in, outgoings, we know there's been a lot of rumours around Pierre Ekwa. Two clubs, I think, at the end of the latest want to be linked with a move for him. Udinese is still linked with him as well. Nazeri Ruzhin could go out on loan. Abdullah Bar could go out on loan. Adel Shish, there's talks of him going back to France and wants to leave. Not happy with the way things have worked out. Lewis Emir desperately needs a loan spell to get some games under his belt and play some league football. Joe Anderson, another one, was out on loan at Shrewsbury. He could go out as well. Zach Johnson, another one, a loan deal. Nectar Triantis, I don't know, we might keep him. He's featured quite a bit off the bench, this season. Jefferson Bennett, rumours that he's going to go into Reading, but that's not materialised, so I have to wait and see how that one pans out. And Timothy Pembelia, apparently we're in talks with the French team to send him out on loan. Me personally, for him, I would get rid of him permanent because I just don't think he's going to make it at the club. He's really, really struggled since we brought him in from PSG. But we'll have to wait and see. So, there's a lot of incomings and outgoings that could possibly happen before Friday night. I will be doing some YouTube shorts probably on Friday for news that comes through rather than do proper videos, and then I'll do a proper roundup video at the end just of where we are after the dust settled and find out, just to evaluate where our final squad will be after the transfer deadline. But please, like I said, like, share and subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel, it's greatly appreciated. And watch out for the match review coming out for Portsmouth on Saturday night. But like I say, there'll be some shorts and little bits and pieces in between of hopefully players that we've signed and some of the deadwood that's gone out. But as always, Have a fantastic day, have a fantastic weekend. Anybody travelling down to Portsmouth, I will be putting an away day guide in the description below. But until the next time, as always, thanks for watching, take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.